It struck me only recently that Game of Thrones is just like Magic the Gathering. Now wait, hear me out on that. I don't just mean in terms of dragons and zombies in the medieval setting. I mean like Jon Snow is a scrub who has failed to beat mono black zombies for the last 3 FNMs that he's attended. And now that the Night King started playing blue-black Grim Grin in EDH and recently started playing a more traditional reanimator strategy where he goes really high CMC fatties, Jon is scared he'll never be able to beat him with his white-green human tribal deck. So he's been getting pretty chummy with this girl called Daenerys Targaryen in the hope that she can help him take down the two-headed giant pre-release, but this isn't going to help him out much to get out of his scrub phase because Daenerys isn't very good. She's a little new to the whole game on the whole, and hasn't moved beyond a couple of packs of Khans of Tarkir and a holiday gift box left to her by her now deceased brother. God rest his soul. Her last boyfriend kind of got her obsessed with Mardu themed decks, but she also loves tribal dragon decks too. She only started using Wraths and board wipes this season after seeing how effective they were for Tyrion and Cersei previously. Cersei's an interesting contender. She's been playing this game a lot longer than the rest of them and the other shop regulars. She's never been the end boss of a local game store, but she's often been on the right ideas and the right meta calls, and has only recently started stepping up and winning everything. I think she's really stepped up to the plate since her kids stopped playing. So she's a Lannister, so she's happy with buying cards online, which is often looked down upon by some of the more honourable players from the north and the average King's Landing plebeian. There was this awful debacle where everyone was mocking her and really getting up on her grill for buying into Summerbloom prior to the banned and restricted announcement, practically killing the deck. But she later on showed them who's boss when they overextended into her Supreme Verdict while she's playing Blue-White Control. Most recently, even Jamie has gotten sick of a rampant net decking. He realised how important it was to work with the hand that you've been dealt and not rely on money. He lost some Sire of Insanity Reanimator deck a couple of years ago. It made him discard his hand. Oh come on, that's funny. That's funny. He just wants her to brew a little bit, but she's gone and bought into what people are calling the Golden Company, which is a dumb name for Malero Company combo, utilising Collected Company as a card advantage selection tool. I guess it's a better name than Counter Company, right? But then, what isn't? God, some of these deck names are really fucking dumb. Winter is coming, and by that they of course mean GP Winterfell. Everyone is worried because they're scared the Night King might take it down with zombies again. You know that one guy at your local shop who plays the same tribe in every format? Yeah, that's the Night King. Jon and Dany have teamed up with Tyrion and Lannister in the hope that they can create like a team. Team Dragonstone, I guess is a name. That's a name, yeah, we'll go with that. Team Dragonstone. Hopefully they can learn that building a list tuned to beat that particular metagame is not dishonourable, but actually a good idea. But considering Jon Snow can't even bluff properly yet, it's unlikely he'll make it to day 2 of the GP at this rate.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Some people are largely and purposefully oblivious to the goings on in Standard and prefer instead to play older formats. Littlefinger, for example, is basically that guy who never wins at EDH but constantly tries to kingmake. Unfortunately for him, Sansa and Arya are getting wise to this political bullshit. No one likes an Edric player, Lord Baelish. God, I can't even begin to explain how glad I am that he's dead. So who will take down GP Winterfell? Will Cersei buy into the top deck after Pro Tour Dawn and wreck with it? Daenerys on Mardu Dragons? Theon on Ridiculous Control? What about Jon on Humans, or maybe Melisandre playing that weird aristocrat deck where you have to sacrifice your own children to combo out, but sometimes you whiff and then you're left feeling guilty and doubting your own devotion to Heliod? Well, if there's one thing's for certain, it looks like we're going to have to wait for at least another year before we find out. Fuck my life. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click on that like button and drop me a comment below. Subscribe if you haven't already and tell me if you would like to see more dumb stuff like this in future. As always, thanks to my Patreons for making this all possible. You guys and girls really are the best. I will now place rather attractive links on screen for other magic content from me. Go forth and click them because YouTube is dark and full of desolators. So look for some much higher quality content like mine, I guess.